What if I told you you were powerful beyond measure? Today, I'm going to chat about quantum manifestation. This principle suggests that you can create a quantum leap, which is a sudden, non-linear shift in reality by changing your internal energy and consciousness. In the quantum realm, there is no separation. Nothing is material. There is no matter. What we touch, see and feel is only taking place in three-dimensional reality. It's all energy, it's all frequency, it's all vibration, information, all consciousness, it's all thought, a much greater sense of consciousness. That is the invisible field of energy. Einstein said that this field is the sole governing agency of the particle being the atom. So, if you change information in that field, you should be able to affect particle matter. Most of us learn that an atom is a nucleus with electrons orbiting around it. Well, that Newtonian model of the atom is actually incorrect. The quantum model explains that electrons exist in an invisible cloud of energy around the nucleus. It turns out that the atom is 99.999% energy, information, empty space. There is nothing physical or material there. Thus, the probability of us seeing the truth of reality is zero. We're only seeing a small spectrum of frequency, the rainbow, visible light bouncing off the most stable form of energy called matter, giving us this hologram, this illusion of separation. So if there was a way to create from the field instead of from matter and move closer to source and create from a place of wholeness and less from separation, you would have to be able to get to the field. This means where you place your attention is where you place your energy. If you develop the ability to take all of your attention off of your body, all your attention off of the people in your life, all the objects and things, your possessions, your cell phone, your car, your house, your mortgage, whatever really, all the relationships, all the people, all the places you need to go, the place you work, and nothing about the predictable future, the familiar past, and settle into the present moment, you would go from a somebody to a nobody, from a someone to a no one, from something to nothing, and from somewhere to nowhere, from some time to no time. That is the moment you become a pure consciousness. In both spiritual and quantum manifestation frameworks, pure consciousness is defined as the ground state of being. It's a state of awareness that exists without any objects, any thoughts, or sensory content. You would be disinvesting all of your attention and all of your energy out of this three-dimensional reality, out of the known, and placing it on the unknown. Take everything physical and material in the universe. You take away the earth, take away the moon, take away all the planets, all the moons from all the planets, and take away the sun, the stars, the galaxies. Take away everything out of physical and material, and what are you left with? You're left with nothing. Well, not actually nothing. It turns out that nothing is filled with a lot of frequency and energy. When you can linger in that place without a name, without a face, without a body, without a disease, without a profession, without an identity in any way, without a past, when you can linger as pure consciousness, something really profound happens to the brain. Different compartments of the brain that have been modulated or compartmentalized or subdivided because of the cortisol and the stress hormones, basically shifting your attention from one person to another person, from one of your problems to another problem. That habituation, it fragments the brain. The Laboratory of Neuroimaging at the USC showed the brain has 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Psychological research suggests that roughly 95% of daily thoughts are repetitive and approximately 80% can be negative. So the brain becomes the house divided against itself, and you narrow and you focus and you over-focus, you become obsessive about something. That's what we call stress. It turns out though, if you open your awareness to nothing, the brain starts to get highly organized. So there's different compartments of the brain that were modulated start to unify. The brain now starts firing in this more holistic state, and the whole entire brain resonates at the same frequency. Now, if you can get your brain going for a period of time like that, then waves start. These waves are coherent and they start interfering with each other. And when they do, they create much bigger amplitudes. The higher amplitude, the higher the energy in the brain. When this happens, you have resonance in the brain. In this state, the brain becomes very powerful, very organized, and very mathematical. When your brain is this coherent, the entire brain functions as one neurological network. Your two hemispheres come together, and there's this kind of psychic union called onus. In this state, you move out of the beta brainwave and into a slower brainwave state, producing electrical signals, and that electrical signal is the intention. The more clear your intention is, the more coherent the brain is, and the stronger the signal. Okay, so if you decided to create from the field instead of from matter, and you were just pure consciousness, and I asked you to send the signal out from a coherent brain, and whatever that thing is that you wanted, then you'd be shimmering the entire vacuum, that entire void. You will become the source. So if you're the source and you send the signal out, you're touching the consciousness of everybody, of everyone, of everything, of everywhere, of every time. The entire field is becoming electric because of your intention. If you're the source, why would you go anywhere and get anything? You wouldn't. A conscious, coherent brain creates a heart full of love, and pure love is the source. So if I were to ask you to fall in love with that future and ask you to draw the future towards you with the magnetic field of the heart producing a magnetic field of 3 meters wide, love now becomes the glue that holds the atom together. So the more coherent your heart is, the more energy is in your heart, the more you can draw your future towards yourself. By sending the signal out, you draw the experience to you, and now you don't go anywhere to get anything. There's a vibrational match between your energy and some potential in the quantum field. When there's a match, you start seeing those synchronicities and you synchronize your energy to that possibility. And so you start seeing the coincidences and the synchronicities and the opportunities. And I'm talking about art and space. You become the master of your destiny. When that event happens in your life, you'll look back at every single betrayal, everything that happened in your past, and you don't care any longer. The negativity has gone. That's the moment your past no longer exists, because you become aware what you innately already know that you may have forgotten, which is that you are the all-powerful and creator of your life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.